This weekend, Andy plays a game about hitting a ball hard, Ryan watches a movie about hitting a ball hard, and we take a nice balloon ride into the lightning. I'm Ryan.
I'm Andy.
And this is Weekend Rental, episode 209. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Andy, what you been up to besides lighting fires in the woods?
Not much. I think we were just talking. We figured out what a derecho is.
Yeah.
This is like the year of the derecho.
Yep. I just need to learn how to read the news because I was terrified when I read that this Tuesday that it was the impending doom coming the next Monday, but I'd already missed it and it survived. So,
yeah. Don't you love that weather news that's already popping up after the day after?
Yeah. I suppose it wasn't accompanied with like mass devastation news everywhere. So it's just old new news.
I just feel like this year, every single time there's a storm coming, that's what they're calling it. There's a derecho. What?
Yeah. Everything's been tornadoes and straight line winds, and which, I mean, isn't uncommon, but like for our area, this consistent is, and that's like lower Midwest. You see that, but
yeah,
it's weird. My real question is, can we get away 3 years in a row without really having a winter? Because I feel like I wouldn't have expected it 2 years in a row, and I'm really skeptical that we're going to get it 3 years in a row. So,
yeah, I mean, we're about due for how wet this summer has been. I can't imagine it's just going to all of a sudden dry up.
Oh, it's been hell. Like I have, rock around most of my house and like edging for like, the finish around my home, and like those cottonwood seeds, like I get something on them to like wipe them all out and kill them. And then we get like 4 days of rain, and now I've got like 4 inches again, and I have to just go back and weed and spray, and it's hell. It's good for the garden, not great for landscaping.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Things are green. That's for sure.
Yeah. And that humidity, good Lord. Last Sunday, we walked 2 blocks to Starbucks, and I had to basically change my underwear by the time I got home. It's just like, you can't not just sweat through everything. It's awful. Awful.
That's so true. Yeah.
I'm glad we live in like a place though where that's not like most of your summer, where it's just like 100% humidity all the time.
Mm-hmm. For as much as we bitch about weather, it's been not too bad this year.
Yeah, it's been weirdly wet, like you said, but had some pretty good days too.
Mm-hmm. Not overly hot.
No, not really. That. Yeah. Although it is weird how we'll go from like a high of like 60 to like a high of 90 the next day and like 85% humidity. It makes no sense.
Where are these storms coming from?
Yeah, I don't know. It's odd. Well, we got quite a few topics. Well, I haven't been up to too much. Played way more games than I have been. I just got done with a sweeping success night of Fortnite with my son. I installed it on the Switch too, because he's always asking me to play. I was like, fine, we'll play. I'll try it again. I haven't played it in years. And we did 4 matches, and we won 3 consecutive, and then lost second place in our last one. So,
wow,
which is mostly a testament to his skill, and then me playing the game super unconventionally, because I just hang back and then flank people, which nobody's expecting, because they're like, oh, they're definitely building in there. Like that's where they're both at. So it kind of works out because like I'm the distraction and can ambush, and then he can actually kill people. So, and build, which I don't ever bother building.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing. That's when I hopped into that game, was once they got rid of the building and I could play it without building, then it was great. Yeah. But I haven't played in a while. My son said there's like some mode in there that you can play it in like 5 minutes or something like that now.
Oh, maybe. We've been doing like the duo with revive. So now there's like a revive window where you can like just respawn yourself like the first 2 minutes or something. Works out pretty well because I inevitably die within the first like minute. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still terrible at it, but he enjoys playing it. So giving it a go. Yeah. And other than that, we haven't been up to much. Went to the lake to swim last weekend because again, the humidity and stuff, and that was pretty fun. And then we were on a public beach, and then some guy had like just a big black lab that he just like walked out in the water and let it take like a shit right in the middle of the beach in the water. I'm like, what are we doing here? So then he yanks the dog out, and he's like, for some reason, he's like one of those people that like parks up with his chairs right by where you've set up on the shore. So then he's got his dog on the leash up there, taking a shit like 2.5 feet away from us. I was like, all right, like I've had enough. Like this is time to go. That's why they don't let dogs at beaches, people.
Yeah, in the water. That's yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was an old dog, so whatever, but still disgusting. Yeah, but been watching quite a bit of stuff and playing a lot of stuff. We'll get into the main game later, and then you can talk about your new purchase. But I wanted to start off with I listened to the last episode that we recorded. I don't know if most people who record a podcast listen to themselves back. I usually do to like try and make myself less annoying and more listenable if I can learn anything. But I listened to it that morning where I made the joke about next time we recorded, Ozzy would be dead. And then literally 3 hours later, the news broke that Ozzy, like, I think I killed Ozzy, people. I'm pretty sure I killed him. The Hulk is not on me. And the Cosby guy, that was his own doing, but
yeah. It's, I mean, I don't think you're blame free.
No, I mean, I definitely put a curse on the man. If only I'd put money on it too, but yeah, just what a send off though. Like I got to do his big final concert, and then like, what if it's just one of those things where he was like so fragile and like he was just fighting to like, you know, sometimes like especially when you move people out of their home, it's like they fight and fight and fight, and then when like they have to concede or they get like the last thing out of the way, they're just like, I'm ready. Maybe that was they kind of the deal. I don't know.
Yeah, they ticked the thing off the bucket list, and then it was ready for the bucket.
Yeah.
The bucket. Yeah. Seems like that was maybe the case, but.
And for a dude who like destroyed his body for like a good portion of his adult life, like 76 is a pretty goddamn good run. So.
Yeah. That's actually amazing that, and you know, something else took him down. It wasn't some just drugs or alcoholism that killed his liver or anything like that. You know, it was
sure it weakened his immune system to some extent.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize he had Parkinson's either. So
yeah.
But yeah, pretty wild. So yeah, it came in threes, right? We got Ozzy, we got the guy from the Cosby Show, and then we got the Hulk, which I don't think the Hulk should surprise really anyone. Maybe Fox, since like 2 days before they'd signed like a multi-million-dollar deal for his wrestling thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. That's
But I mean, dude used steroids for a good part of his career, so
yeah,
heart attack adds up.
When you look at like a vast majority of the wrestlers that die, they're always like in their 50s. You know, it's just that type of stuff just really gets you. Then you got people like Ric Flair, who is like still out there just getting hammered to death every single night. And it's amazing that he survived out of all the other people, you know.
Well, you're going to curse him now. Next time we record, he'll be gone too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty wild news. And then the other, I guess, more recent news, less depressing, was that we finally got that Happy Gilmore 2 drop. Did you watch it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. It's a weird movie because you have to like almost compare it to the other dozen really shitty 20-year-on sequels and comedies that we got, like Dumb and Dumber 2 and Coming to America 2, and that sort of stuff. And in the context of those things, it's hard not to sort of enjoy this film. It's not great though. Like it's good. It's better than it needs to be. Like this is a sequel nobody asked for that I'll probably watch again, but it's really only good because it relies so heavily on the first film, like a direct continuation from the first film. They go back and like splice in videos and like literally they reference every gag from the first movie. Like everybody is like somebody's descendant or cousin or you know what I mean? It's like Chubbs's kid is there. Bad Bunny is his caddy, who's actually maybe possibly the star of the movie outside of Adam Sandler. The shooter character is good. He really kind of ties a lot of the film together. It falls apart though, like kind of in the third act, because there's all this lead up where like, Happy's like washed up and stuff and an alcoholic. And then like the subplot builds to be like, there's this weird like tech bro dude, who's into the podcast world and all that, today's media. And he's going to start Maxi, which is like the cool golf, like 18 holes, we do 7, like, like stop clocks for every shot. And like, it's just that part of the film is so dumb. And they could have done anything to like kind of get him back onto the field in an interesting way. And they kind of did. There's the whole, like, he needs money to pay for his daughter's ballerina school, which is enough of a reason to get him back on the course. So why they had to like shoehorn in this weird nemesis is kind of odd.
Oh man. I really wish it was, he still had to do something for his grandma. Like his grandma's still alive.
Well, he's still fighting to get his grandma's house back. Spoilers. But yeah, it's pretty good. I laughed out loud a few times. And then like the sections where he's like drunk Happy is great because he's got like the running gags. It's almost like very Mel Brooks-ish, where like everything he carries on him is a hollowed out flask. So he'll just be like doing something in public and then like pop it in half and like start chugging. And like, TV remote, cell phone, club, like half the stuff in his house. It's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
And they got a lot more pros in this one that play themselves through more of the movie. But yeah, it's very much a callback movie. And I kind of enjoyed it. Like, it's not great, but it's pretty good. Better than it needs to be.
Yeah, well, just saying that you would watch it again is 99% better than anything Adam Sandler's done in a long time anyway.
Yeah, that's true. And I looked at Rotten Tomatoes and it was like mostly positive, like 60s, upper 60s for reviewers, and like audience was like 70, which I feel like is about right. But I mean, you're only going to enjoy it if you loved the first one. Otherwise, a lot of it, I mean, you might laugh at, but like the context is gone for all of it.
Right. So. Yeah. I can't imagine what it would be like if you never even saw the first one and then just went right into this.
Oh,
probably. Yeah. I don't know what the right balancing act of that. Do I want something where it's just like a kind of a soft reboot where it's almost like to the younger generation and another.
Yeah.
Or do you want something that's direct continuation, referencing all the old jokes? I don't know what the right balance is.
This is such like a mixed bag of that too, because like there's so many like just on location pieces that are like split in with like commentators and stuff talking about it. Like they've got like Bad Friends, like a bunch of other influencers who clearly just like recorded themselves in their studio and like reacted to stuff. So it's like they kind of tried to bring the modern in, but I don't know. I liked it. I think I'll go with it's pretty good. Not great, but it did well, I guess. Like the biggest movie ever as far as views on Netflix. I think it was like 46 million views in 3 days, which is for streams. So
pretty crazy. I mean, you would hope so. Like something like that coming back after that long,
Yeah.
For comedy fans, it's like it's like Star Wars coming back.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's like some genuinely funny stuff. Again, I think the weakest part is just like how they set up the Nemesis character in that. Cause like the guy who's like leading that is terrible. He's a terrible actor. His character's not funny. Like the whole thing is his breath smells like shit. And that's like the whole gag throughout the whole movie. And it's just stupid. But yeah, pretty all right. Plus like the rival golfer that he's competing with in that last act is the I See Dead People kid. Well, man now.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of funny to see him in something like this. Because he, I mean, I know he's continued to act, but not in anything like this. So
yeah, that's cool.
I can't remember the actor's name.
I'm just happy to hear that it was somewhat good, because that could have gone off the rails into something terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. I think my favorite part was like, I won't spoil the whole thing, but there's like a fight between Shooter and Happy in a graveyard. And then they're both like relaxing after the end, like after they beat the shit out of each other, and then you just hear the Mista lady, and they realize they're like sitting on her grave, and it's like, Mista, get me out of here. And they like freak out and run off. I was like, that's so awesome. And then the picture on her tombstone is just her on the ground with the air conditioner on her. Like, that's the one they would have put on the tombstone for sure. Oh, it's so stupid. So funny though. Yeah. I recommend it.
What's he do after this? Does he keep going? Does he still make more? I don't know how many movies. This wasn't part of his original deal, right? I don't remember.
I want to say he's past it, but they must keep paying him. So yeah, what do you do now? Do you make a Billy Madison reboot? Like,
oh boy, oh,
because those are his two biggest, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
you couldn't do it without Norm or Chris, though.
You definitely could not do Waterboy again.
No. Yeah, we're a little too woke for that. Yeah. Now. He did manage to fit Rob Schneider in here though, so he keeps paying that guy. That's good.
Yeah.
He's about the only one these days too. So
he's the only one that'll come. Yeah.
Come to his rescue. Yeah. I'll just touch on. I watched one other movie. I'll just get it out of the way. So, have you seen the previews for that Sinners movie where it's like a vampire?
I heard it's very good, and I have not seen it yet.
I think it's pretty good. I wouldn't say it's like great. It's really long. I like it in the sense that it's like one of those vampire movies and horror movies that really builds kind of slow, and then once it's on till the end, which is always good. And they bring in like hive mind vampires, which I always think is cool when they do that in movies. But it's so long, and there's just like so much exposition because it's really as much about like the KKK post, slavery America. Like, it's a lot of that and like oppression. But then I'm confused with the title of this movie and the name, because they call it Sinners, I think, because vampires and evil and like doing bad and like betraying God. But I think they call it Sinners because whoever wrote this is obsessed with eating vagina. It is referenced in great detail, shown on film, and discussed at least 8 times in this movie over the course of its 2-hour run.
Okay.
I was like,
is that like a metaphor for vampirism?
Don't know. I was just like, why?
Depends on what time of the month, I suppose.
It was just like so odd. And then we were watching it, my son was in the room, and it's just like a lot of it flew over his head, but then there's like a scene with it, and I'm like, oh geez, like this. I didn't need this in the vampire movie. But yeah, good movie, good horror movie. It's just that part I maybe could have done with like a reference would have been fine. It didn't need to be a recurring segment and through line in this movie, but yeah. The final scenes and like the battles and stuff are pretty epic. And gruesome. Like, they really don't hold back on the blood and the gore.
Yeah. Is it the same? It's the Black Panther director, I think.
Well, maybe.
I want to say.
Yeah, I suppose the one actor's in there from that. Yeah. It's all really well shot. I liked it. Took forever to be able to watch it though, because like I was like, oh, we'll watch it on Hulu. And it's one of those ones where you click on it and it's like, only if you also subscribe to Max. I'm like, nope. Like, we'll wait. This will hit Plex eventually, and it did. So
yeah, we're I think we still have Max, and that was like the one that I saw on there. Though, like, yeah, I want to see that, but
yeah, it's worth watching. It's good. I just could have done without the other stuff.
Yep,
it was a little much. Wasn't sure if I was watching like softcore porn or a tutorial or what, but I just have to think like whoever wrote that is obsessed with that. So that's sickos, but
the Sinners.
Yeah.
Huh.
So you've been watching, playing anything?
I have been watching something. It's called Lazarus. It's an anime. Let me describe what this anime is and see if you can get the A to B on this.
Okay.
It's about a kind of a tall, skinny, mophead looking anime guy who will jump around and do roundhouse kicks while jazz plays in the background. Does that sound like anything?
Not ringing any bells.
Okay, this is it's a Cowboy Bebop. The
okay.
creator of that has a new anime out on Adult Swim, but I've been watching that on Max.
Pretty good.
And it's not bad. There's a lot of I don't know. It's kind of Suicide Squad for the most part. It's just a bunch of like a team of bad guys, right? To go. And there's a lot of commentary on today's world. They're going after like pharmaceutical CEOs or people that start that. So it's like, I wonder if this came out before that all happened. And
well, if the next couple episodes like, somebody go to the head of NFL, then you'll know. I guess.
Yeah, I guess that would be. Yeah. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's got some pretty good action. It's really weird now that there's a lot of animes now that are the background is 3D. Everything in the background is like a 3-dimensional object, even though it looks kind of animated.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I think the main people are animated. Obviously the camera moves around in a 3D space, and that stuff kind of moves around too.
Sure.
But it's kind of weird when you think about it, because when you look at like really old Disney stuff, it's like the background obviously is just like a painting or just some random thing that they didn't spend a lot of time doing, and then they have detailed transparent cells on top of it, right? And now like the fancy stuff is in the background, and now we're still doing like
I think it'd almost be like distracting from the characters and stuff.
Yeah, it is a little bit. I think my eyes, especially like once it starts doing like a camera turn or something, and you can kind of tell that, oh, this object you can definitely tell this is a 3D object,
Cool. I suppose it opens up like some pretty cool fight scenes and stuff though, right?
Yeah.
Especially like when you think about like what Cowboy Bebop did with 2D, like I could see him going nuts.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where it really shines is the action. Is really good in that, because the camera can fly around and it still seems like it's exactly. I can't imagine trying to animate that anyway. Yeah. But maybe it is all computer generated too. Maybe it is a 3D figure. I mean, shit, you can make Fortnite skins look pretty animated at this point. So
it's true. I was just playing as Eren Yeager tonight. So,
oh yeah,
the guy from Attack on Titan. So, So is it fully out, or are they still putting new episodes out?
I'm about halfway through the first season. I think it's through 13 episodes. Okay. And there's it's like this is the timeline. We have to find this guy, or the end of the world is happening. And it's very much like a 24 situation where it's like day 23, 20, this many days left. So
sure.
It might be like a one and done,
Sounds a little bit Umbrella Academy-ish too, where it's just like stopping Doomsday is the whole goal.
Yep. Yeah.
Although I guess that's the whole goal in most animes, to be fair. But
yeah, the setup is basically that they came out with a miracle drug, and the creator of the miracle drug laced it with some poison that somewhere down the line everybody dies from it.
Oh.
On purpose.
Is that commentary on like COVID vaccines also? Or?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they basically have to find the guy, because the guy has the cure or whatever.
Of course he does.
Yep.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna have to check into that. I do like Cowboy Bebop, so
it's dripping that to the point where they're ripping it off. I think they're like trying to shove it in your face to be like, remember Cowboy Bebop? I mean, the intro is very much like shadows of bodies on colors that are,
nice.
Exactly like the Cowboy Bebop intro, basically. So
that makes me, hearing that just makes me sad that we never got another season of the live action. I know a lot of people were like not fans, but I liked the live action adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I could see why it obviously had budget issues, probably, I would say, more than anything. But what do you can't expect them to be able to pull that off with the budget that they had. So I think they did pretty well with it. But
yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, One Piece was way better, but shockingly,
which, my gosh,
I didn't think.
when is that coming out? Like, they were like, we did one season and season 2 is coming out 3 years later. Like, what?
I don't think I ever fully finished. I think I was like an episode or 2 away, and then we just got lost in the sauce. I should dust that back off.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to, just to know what's up again.
We've been plugging through our Supernatural rewatch with my daughter, and got to watch the Ghost Facers episode last night, which made me real happy. So I was just running around the house yelling Ghost Facers randomly and stuff. So.
Yeah, that's a good one. And it's funny how it's still like prescient, because like those shows are still on.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a thing.
That's getting a new anime comic revival. So they're gonna do, I don't know how long the run's gonna be, but it's like pitted between seasons 2 and 3 and like what went on there. So I'm gonna be like filling that in. So I'm gonna have to check that out at some point. Probably one of those things where I'll wait for like the complete run to be done and then just buy the compendium and blow through it. But
yeah. Have you seen that new show that he is in? Countdown, I think it's called, or something like that.
No, I've heard it's good though, and that his character is very much Dean-like. So, which I love that, but like all I want to see is just more Supernatural. Like I need these guys to like quit getting offered projects so that we can just revive the show already. But
yeah, how could something new be any more profitable than just another season of Supernatural, right?
I mean, the fact that the fandom is like hung in there for like 5 years and just will not let the show like diminish in popularity or pop culture is crazy. It'll come back at some point, I'm sure.
Yep.
Yeah. What is this other one you've got here? This one's got to be a game. Lethal League Blaze.
Oh yeah. This is kind of an old game, but we booted it up on Steam, and we've been playing it a lot. It's just a versus game where you just bounce a ball back and forth.
Okay.
But for every time you hit the ball successively on your color, like if you keep hitting the ball and not letting the other person hit the ball, it keeps going faster and faster. And basically you just try and hit the other person with the ball without them being able to hit it back to you.
So is this like, what's the play field like? Are we talking like a Windjammers? Or are we talking like a Death Ball?
It's kind of like a Death Ball. It's just a square spot. So everything all the way around you, the ball bounces everywhere.
Okay.
Obviously there's a number of different backgrounds and stuff or settings, but it's generally mostly the same thing.
Sometimes games like that are just the best though. Like simplicity can be like perfection. Like even like iDarb, I can't tell you how many hours I spent playing iDarb.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that is the same feeling. It's the just being able to the feeling you get where somebody has some ball going just like 100 miles an hour and it's just flying all over the place, and you're able to knock it away, and just avoid it, just hit it back. And then you get a volley back and forth really fast, and then you're both just like at the tip of your toe. You're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. Then one of you dies, and then the whole room explodes, the person right
next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. That's on Steam, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had it. I mean, I think I had it way back on PS4 at some point. But yeah, we booted it up. Just kids have a little bit more better reflexes now. Back then,
that helps.
Than back then, so it's definitely gotten competitive. If anything, I'm the slow one now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's all fun until I get better than you. Like, I really liked Duck Game until my son could like just destroy me every time. So, little less fun.
And then, of course, they had to see if they could break it, and have one person just kneel down, and then the other person just hit the ball.
Oh, and
as
just
many
like
times
infinite
over.
speed glitch.
Yeah, it was like 20,000 miles an hour or something like that. It was just a blur, basically, and yeah,
That
it's
sounds
fun.
awesome. I'll have to look into that one. It sounds right up my alley. I grabbed the Fire Stick on Prime Day because I wanted to be able to like test out like how well does Game Pass work on that, so I could have Xbox in my upstairs living room cheaply. So I grabbed one for like $25, and this one worked. I bought one over the holidays when they had the same sale, and that one came dead on arrival. This one, no issues. So I must have gotten a fluke, but I'm impressed with like how well they're able to get cloud gaming to work on like hardware that really shouldn't. For sure, less than ideal. Like I don't even have like the best Wi-Fi, right? Like I'm not running anything like modern as far as routers or anything. But it's been pretty good. It's been enough that like I can play and enjoy like Tony Hawk 3 and 4. I did jump into that. Jimmy Foy is in there. I thought he wasn't when we talked last time, but I played with him a little bit. But it's good enough like on cloud gaming on that Fire Stick to be able to mostly have pretty solid runs. I mean, you get some like visual breakup and like slow down on occasion, but for the most part, it's like totally playable. And I've been setting high scores and working my way through that, but kind of impressed with it. I like the idea that a $20 stick can just be your console if you really want it to be.
Yeah. I have a recent Fire TV, but I don't know if it has Game Pass on it. If you can do that, I'll have to check into that.
If it's in the App Store, yeah, check the App Store. If it's there, you can download it. If not, it's because it's not compatible device. I think it's any of the 4Ks from 2023 and up, and then like the 4K Pro or Max or whatever obviously has it too.
I suppose your TV has to connect to your controller or something though, right?
Yeah, I think the Fire Stick pairs to it. Yeah, which the pairing process is really easy. It's just as simple as it is with the console, to be honest. So yeah, it's been kind of cool. I don't know how much realistically I'll use it, but I don't know. It's a nice option to have if I want to do something different than the Switch, which is the only console I have upstairs in our house. So kind of all right.
That's it. Yeah. And yeah, like you said, usually it works pretty good. I never feel like it misses inputs. Like you say, you get screen tearing and stuff like that sometimes. But yeah, overall, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's enough basic games or like older retro games on there that'll run just fine for something like, I mean, obviously you're not going to do anything online competitive. Like I booted up Sea of Thieves just to see. No way would I play that game outside of Safer Seas with like the input lag to like even turn or like walk in that game was so horrendous.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was bad. And I think that's just, again, the online server component and that game kind of just being a beautiful mess when it's running well anyway. So,
yeah.
Yeah. But again, it's cool for what it is. I mean, got an extra controller laying around and a $20 Fire Stick and good to go. So, And then in other console news, did you see the grand unveiling from Atari?
A yellow 2600.
How dare you? It's a Pac-Man edition 2600. That thing is horrendous, and the price went up. It's like $180 for like the most putrid looking Atari 2600 I've ever seen. And then like there's 5 total controllers because you can get like a yellow and then the 4 ghosts. But I'm like, there's no 5-player 2600 game, so what's the point?
Yeah, right.
And then like it's just the whole thing is funny to me because if there's one thing the Atari 2600 is well known for is like the awful port of Pac-Man. And they're shipping this thing with like a redone cartridge that has like a proper Pac-Man. But I would never associate 2600 with Pac-Man. That wouldn't have been the pairing I maybe would have gone with for a new.
Yeah, it's a bad memory to unlock. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know who this is for because it's ugly as sin and it's just Pac-Man. Like literally everything plays that at this point.
Yeah, that's so strange because, I mean, if this was a $20, $30 thing, sure, Pac-Man sells it, right? But
and even if the console was like $89, I'd be like, okay, well, maybe. But
Mhm.
at double that, which I suppose the doubling has probably something to do with like the world economy at this point, but
Mm.
I can't imagine picking this up. You'd have to be such an Atari diehard.
Yeah. What did Atari just bought somebody? Which I was surprised.
Developer or hardware or
Oh, they bought Thunderful, who is the SteamWorld developers and all that.
really?
Yeah.
How low were they valued that Atari was able to gobble them up?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow. That is going to be no good for that studio.
No. Well, and they publish a decent amount of indie games too.
Yeah, they kind of switched their model, right? Because the heist thing had kind of ran its course, so they were just like, we're just going to publish things, and I mean, maybe it'll work out, but that's going to be very niche, whatever they would get into with Atari, because I don't know how Atari like turns any profit on the hardware they put out at all. Like, and the fact that they're still selling the VCS is wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I should boot that up to even see what's going on that thing, because I can't imagine they're doing much.
Yeah, I was like watching a video, might have been like a John Hancock, where he was like talking about like there's like several free games that just got thrown onto the storefront, and I was like, well, I should download those and give it a shot. But yeah, I don't know. I should really just update the RAM in mine, just turn it into like a Steambox Lite, and then have that running some stuff. It just blows my mind that I've been like too lazy to take it out of my entertainment setup. I have like a NES, an Xbox One, and a VCS hooked up to my TV down here, besides my gaming PC, which is just like the worst mashup of like random consoles. Two of them I genuinely hate. The only one I have hooked up that I like is the NES.
Yeah. I still, my Atari's hooked up still to the main TV, which is
the weird. Center of your world, right? That's the console of choice. Well, consoles. Heard you join the club, huh?
I did. All of a sudden, Switches were available. I think the tide has turned on supply and demand on the Switch finally, or the Switch 2.
I did see one in stores like right around DK time. So actually several in stores. So. What are your thoughts so far? You've had about a week, a little less.
Yeah. I'll echo a lot of what you said, where it's just like that first night we're like, well,
it's a Switch.
All that, it's not all that amazing or a novel, I guess. It's just the same thing, especially when you pair it with Mario Kart, because it's Mario Kart.
I mean, I like Mario Kart World, but Mario Kart 8 was so good. I actually honestly think I like 8 better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the open world thing is interesting, but it's just like mini games, like dumb bullshit. But I mean, the racing is good, right? But it's what you've expected.
Yeah. For the first half of the courses, I was really like, these courses suck. They're just like phoned in, just felt like almost like the tour maps.
Yeah.
Just kind of like, not much going on in them. The last half, they definitely throw some new ideas in it. But I think I like 8 better. I mean, just having the, kind of going upside down and doing all that stuff and hitting those poles in the middle. I like that better than riding the rails for the most part.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but like I still cannot wrap my head around the jump and wall ride mechanic. Like it doesn't register with me.
Yeah. And you can't go underwater. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's downside. Yeah. But how do you like those magnetic Joy-Con? That's pretty slick, eh?
Yeah. It's not too bad. I'm not letting my kids touch it that much because I'm definitely worried. Yeah. On top of the first night we were playing Mario Kart, the Joy-Cons were acting goofy as far as like
Oh,
drifting.
really?
Or no, I take that back. We figured out what that was. I was
because they enabled the auto assist, don't they? Bullshit.
The motion controls were on, and I was sitting a little bit sideways.
Gotcha.
And I was just getting pissed because I'm like, it's always going to the left. It's like, well, I was laying there with the controller pointed to the left.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
That's my own fault, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still concerned about those because my other ones, I mean, they didn't change anything. They said it's basically the same stick, so.
Yeah, it seems like that would have been the one enhancement to just like do, but what do I know?
Yeah. Otherwise, all we have is those PDP wireless ones.
Oh, yeah.
They don't seem like you can turn on the switch from them.
No, you cannot. I've got a wireless third-party Pro, and that will not turn it on either.
Really? Wow.
I know you can pair your old Joy-Cons as well, but I think you're going to have the same problem, like where it's not going to power it on.
Mm-hmm.
But if all your Joy-Cons have drift, then that's probably not the route for you.
Right. It's like, here we are. I bought my new console and I have to get up and undock it and put it back in the dock quick before it turns on.
Yeah.
You know?
Or fumble around until you hit like the one minute button that's like too tiny for any like man finger to like press easily. So
yeah.
Yeah. The thing I think I mean, I'm still pretty happy with what it is overall. Again, underwhelming, but I really don't like how the dock doesn't cover up the full screen. It just seems like that's asking for trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They either should have just like not had the dock block the screen at all and come up with something sleeker, or like redesigned it in a way to like fully encase it, in my opinion. But
yeah. And did you? So the color's getting washed out.
Awful. Yeah.
I think I misunderstood originally what they were talking about on the screen where you're supposed to be like, oh, do this until it's barely visible or whatever. Because when I did that, it looked terrible. So then I went back in there and I'm like, oh, this must be what they mean. It doesn't make sense to what they're saying. And that made it way better.
Okay.
But I'll still say the colors do not pop like I would expect them to. They seem pastel. Everything seems kind of washed, like you said.
That's my complaint. And I've gone back into the video settings too, like after, because I was like, there's got to be a way to like fudge, and like you can do stuff. Yeah, I agree, and make it better, but it's still not. It's got to be something with their upscaling that is just off. And I mean that non OLED screen is it's just not sharp enough for what the console can put out even in handheld. But
yeah,
it's passable. I mean, I guess it's still a better resolution than like a Steam Deck. So it is nice too that it's like a pretty good size screen. Because like I've been laying in bed a lot and like playing it. Like it's pretty great to have something like that big in front of your face and handheld to just go through in a big open world game.
Yeah, I haven't played it too much in handheld outside of like right away, but yeah. The screen is definitely a big upgrade over the last one, the first Switch anyway.
I wonder, like in your kids' hands, though, like the younger kids too, if it's just like too chunky, because there's those Joy-Con are so elongated. I wish they would have done something to make it more form factor, right? Like I wish it was more bulbous on the backside. Like I get like you want the sleek form factor, but like it needs like a grip. Like I'm gonna have to buy something to put on it, or actually I keep scouring the internet waiting for like Hori to come out with like their Split Pad Pro, because it's like I just want that again, which is how I played my original Switch most of the time in handheld.
Yeah, that's what I had on mine too.
Yeah,
those are pretty nice. Huh.
Well, we might as well get into like the real reason to own a Switch 2, which is Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I'm gonna say right off the bat, Nintendo done fucked up. Like that was your launch game. I know we're a month in, so like you're still launch window. They should have reversed order on those games coming out, or done both of them at the same time, because it blows what Mario Kart does out of the water. It's like an original IP. how far have you gotten into it? I guess I should ask.
So tonight I beat the boss, the fire fossil guy,
Okay.
where you have to kind of like bring ice down to the lava. That's kind of where I was at.
And like, how many Bonanzas forms do you have?
2. I have the zebra and the other one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I rolled credits on it on Sunday. And then you do get like a new game plus. I'm not going to give too much away. I won't get into spoilers for anyone listening. And I put a little time into that, and I'm probably gonna walk away from it at this point, at least for a while. But yeah, that game is fucking incredible. After like I talked a lot in the podcast back when Astrobot came out about just like how somebody finally outdid Nintendo and like made a platformer that was truly better than Mario. And then Nintendo comes back with this thing. And I'm like, oh no, they can still outdo the competition. Like, I think this is like between this and Astrobot, I don't think there are better 3D platformers in my opinion. Just like for a game I had so little expectation for. And then like they drop you in that opening stage, which we're not going to give away anything here, but like they drop you in the opening stage and it's exactly what you saw in like the trailers, right? And you're like, oh God, I'm just spending like 15 minutes punching everything in sight. Like, is this the game? Is this what I'm doing for 20 hours? And like, it's not bad, but you're like,
there's definitely a lot of that for the secrets. Usually end up being like, well, punch places, right?
Yeah, punch doesn't go away. It's like Mario's jump or, whatever. But then like it continues to expand beyond that and evolve and like get super creative with even well beyond where you're at. Like you're just like, what else can they do? Like they just keep throwing new ideas and things at you throughout the whole course of this game. And that gameplay loop is so fucking good. Like there's nothing that really ever holds you back. You're constantly on to, the next thing, or what's like, you're always go, go, go. You never feel like you're stuck behind like Odyssey's gotta collect the moons or, like rare titles like 8 million there's a million collectibles, right? But that's it. Like it doesn't get in the way of the fun. Like everything is constantly fun, controls pretty well for the most part. Camera is interesting. It tries to work when you're brewing underground. I think their workaround is interesting to that, where they're just kind of like, fuck it, we'll just go transparent. Like
and show you.
Yeah, it's kind of ingenious. But yeah, I loved it start to finish. And it just kept surprising me in new and interesting ways. And then like the later half gets into some stuff where they throw in some new mechanics and like world design that like is really creative and like forces you to like think outside the box and really almost get super Breath of the Wild with stuff. It's like, I know you want me to do this thing, but instead I'm just going to do this, and like some guidance, but not a lot of hand holding. Pretty amazing. By the final act, or what I thought was the final act, though, I was pretty over it because I was just like, I don't want to collect. Like I was actively passing every mini game or like, any of the triangle doors or the warp. Like I was like, I'm done. Like I have enough bananas. Everything's maxed out. I've unlocked it all. Like don't care. And I was like, I just want to roll credits. And that's the part where maybe like I get a little sick of the game because like you think you're rolling credits and you're like, oh, there's like 4 more hours here. But what's in there, you're going to love. Like there are some pretty big surprises and they tie in multiple franchises in pretty amazing ways. But I'm not going to ruin for anybody, but you got to get through it all. It's pretty great.
Yeah. See, the problem I have is my son has been playing on my same save, so I've not seen most of it. So I think I'm going to have to just start over on a different one and play through. Because, yeah, I think I've missed some stuff already that it was like, oh, this would be cool to see. The multiplayer in this household is very funny because it's not like you would expect it to be, with Cappy and even Galaxy beforehand, where it was just kind of like, just let somebody just hang out,
Right.
And it kind of is, but there's some real like action with Pauline too. Like you can actually do real stuff with it. You can throw words she does she sings and then words come out and it hits the different things.
Yep.
So that's hilarious in a 3D platformer where somebody's playing as Donkey Kong, trying to jump to all these different little platforms, and the person on their back is just hitting the platforms and destroying the platforms midair.
Not too much help then, huh? It's funny.
No, but it's hilarious. It's got a little bit of that new Super Mario's where you're chucking your brother in the lava, right?
That's awesome.
But yeah, I'm pretty impressed. I think the thing that really knocked me over was how like they nailed the controls perfectly in a way that does not feel like a normal platformer. Like you wouldn't think the way it controls is not how anything else works. But it's so intuitive that it's like, yeah, this makes perfect sense and my brain knows exactly what to do.
Yeah, I find some of it a little slippery with like certain movements. You can like huck yourself off the edge. I mean, they got the balloons for that. Oh my God. My cat ran over to me. I'm pretty sure he shit himself. Just, I don't know what, he's dying or something. Sorry, audience at home. Yeah, I agree though. Like it does. I had a hard time like relearning how Nintendo button map stuff though, and the jump being on A was really problematic for me.
Mm-hmm.
But sorry, I'm trying to kick the cat away because it's fucking got. Get out of here.
I definitely have had that too, where you're like, you're running away and you're trying to get to a jump, and they're like, "Oh yeah, which button is it again?" Thinking in your head without looking down at the controller.
It's funny too. Like it took me most of the game to realize that like I didn't have to select my Bonanza form before I enabled it, and then I could just rotate when I was in them. Because like once you've got
really?
Yeah, I found that out after I had 4 of the 5, I think. So.
Oh.
So you just launch it and then shoulder button or just D-pad over.
And it just goes right into it. And you're at the same charge level, I'm sure.
Yeah, everything just transfers.
Yeah. Okay. Huh.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Thoughts on Monkey Bonanza's rear end in your face? Feels it's a little large and bare cheeked for me, but you know. It's a choice.
Yeah. I mean the zebra one is at least it's a monkey. The zebra one is just like, oh, I shouldn't be this right now.
Yeah, the rest of them are all kind of abominations. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool though, like, and I thought it would be weird, like the whole layer design and stuff, but like it kind of gives them the freedom to just really do whatever the hell they want without like, you don't have to put any like logic gates in your head, right? Like,
right.
You know, Odyssey had some very uncanny valley moments, I feel like, in some of those levels, but like they pretty consistently have a theme and like world design that is pretty cohesive in between all the different environments and stuff. It was really neat to see.
I think the flow of it changes it a lot, just for it to be like going on to the next hole instead of, like Mario where you gotta go to the ship, you gotta fly to the next thing or something like that. Here the biggest thing is like, do I want to stay on this level and just kind of explore, try and see if I can find a few more bananas?
Yeah.
Can I go back? Should I just go down? And even so, that's not a big.
No,
it's not like you're missing out much. You can just go right back up if you want to anyway. But
right, take the take the elevators, right?
So I think that's probably one of the best innovations part of it, where it doesn't really affect. It just seems like one continuous game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like too as you get later in the game, like there's so many different, like I've already said, there's so many different ways to tackle stuff. Like I was like trying stuff. I'm like, how is this possible? Like trying different Bonanza forms, and I'm realizing like I'm making this way harder than it needs to be. Like I can just use like the rock huck roll thing that I learned the first hour of the game and just bypass this stuff. And it's cool to see that. I mean, it's rewarding when you cheese it a different way, but I actually read that somebody beat the whole game without even getting a single banana. So that's technically possible. I can't imagine how you do the last few hours, but yeah. And then every time you get a banana and Donkey Kong just yells, "Oh, banana." Like it never stops being fun. Like you're always just like smiling at this game.
Yep. Yeah. I played the retro level. One of them. Those are cool too.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah, the 2D actually works really well with the control scheme.
Yeah.
I do love too how much freedom it gives you to like fuck up too. Like one of the next areas you're gonna go to, you know, you get to the thing and you have to do the record collection or whatever, right? And like I had to do this massive jump to get out to this platform to get part of the record. And instead of hitting grab, I mistakenly hit the punch trigger. And I punched that fucking thing like way out into like no man's land to like where there was no retrieving it at all. I was just like, I love that it let me dig my own grave. Like, of course it did. Then I fought the game to get back to that. I think I ended up killing myself just so I could reset and have the thing respawn. But yeah. And it again, the no hurdles thing in a platformer, like there's obviously like you need money for some stuff. You want to upgrade your abilities, but like every level has that go to the map, reset the level. So like it's infinite money glitch. Like just rebuild all the train and punch the crap out of stuff. Yeah. It's so inconsequential. It's almost like Wario Land or something where like death really doesn't matter. I mean, you die, it's 500 gold. I mean, if you're not running around with tens of thousands of gold, like after an hour of that game, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
I ran into, there was one area in the main game where you do hit like a paywall section near the end. But again, with that infinite money glitch, like it doesn't really deter you. And I think that's like where with 3D Mario's, a lot of times I get frustrated. It's like, I don't want to go out of my way or like go back and backtrack and try and unlock the thing or use the new ability, have to go back and do that. You know, it really puts the gameplay and the fun at the forefront and takes out a lot of those barriers. And I mean, it really is an easy game. Like I died a handful of times up until like late game where I was just trying to rush through and like not thinking things through. But like it was still fun.
Yep. The part that I think got me a few times is I'll find a banana in the ground or something accidentally, just punching around.
Yeah, sonar. Yeah.
And then you go down there and punch it and whatever, and then there's like more to it. There's more paths going forward. So then I'm like, oh, okay. Keep following this. And then you get to the end of that and you're like, oh, this is the entrance that you're supposed to take.
Right.
To get to that banana.
Yes. Yes, that's constantly happening. It's so fun. Yeah. It's really cool. I think the house thing to me, like the mechanic, like kind of it's almost like, Link and, going to sleep or whatever. Like that mechanic feels like kind of weirdly out of place. And then I also played most of the game always responding to Pauline because I thought she would think I was a dick if I didn't if I chose the go back to sleep option. Turns out you just respawn way faster and she doesn't care either way. And I was like wasting so much time listening to her like jabber on about like her thoughts on life and like the center of the earth. And so I wish I'd have known that sooner, but. And I like that the costumes have meaning where in Odyssey they didn't. Every costume shop in these regions has like an outfit that has protection against something, which you'll almost always want to buy and equip because you're going to run into it in the boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's cool.
Yeah.
And it's cool.
And the levels,
go ahead.
The skills actually do,
Oh yeah.
Are really like, oh, I want to get more bananas to get this next skill,
Yes. Yeah. It feels meaningful. And it's so cool to have a skill tree in a platformer like this from Nintendo. Like they really added something I think that has a lot of value here. I mean, I guess I think that's maybe a little bit borrowed from what Zeldas have been the last couple games too. But yeah, it's just like a perfect mashup of like Odyssey meets the freedom of Zelda. And they really created something here that makes me wonder what they can do with Mario after this. Because I think this is their best 3D platformer. I think it's better than every 3D Mario they put out, no question.
Wow. So the question is, when would that even come out if there's the 3D Mario guys, people,
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
maybe that's just what they needed, just to be able to do something that isn't in the bounds of Mario. Because I think once you go outside of kind of making Mario a little bit weird, then, people are like, Sunshine or even Odyssey is kind of like that weird. It's just like, well, this isn't Mario then,
Right. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
But it's Donkey Kong. Who gives a shit? Turn him into a zebra. I don't care.
Right. Or a big ass orangutan thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I strongly encourage you to stick with it. I don't think it took me more than 20 hours. I don't know if I even got that put into it. So it's a pretty short run, but it's a hell of a ride, and it'll continue to really surprise you. I do think you're going to hit that late stage. I get it. I've had enough of it, maybe a bit, or maybe that was just a me thing, but I've heard other people talk about that too. But I love it. Like it makes me sad that I'm now at the position again where I have no reason to touch my Switch 2 until Metroid comes out, I guess. I was talking about buying that upgrade pack for Jamboree and just trying that, because I guess I found out any camera works really with the Switch, so I'm just gonna use my Logitech Cam here.
Sure.
But I've heard that's a mixed bag. So
yeah. I'm trying to finish Metaphor before I really start. I'll probably just start over with Donkey Kong and do my own, just to see it all. But yeah, Metaphor, I'm about 50 hours in.
Oof.
And I got a message, or the mission says prepare for the final battle. So I was this last weekend that I'm like, oh, I should just stay up real late, just bust through it and finish the game, right?
Yep.
And then I looked it up. Good thing I looked it up. There's probably another 15-20 hours left on that. So
you got a couple
I'm
more
going
weeks
to say
yet.
it's not the final battle, but
yeah. So then you're going back and grinding stuff to build up rank, and
I think there's probably just an extension to the story. They think it's a final battle, but whoops, it's not really. It's some other thing. But
interesting
escalations.
Yeah, you'll have to get through it before you get the inevitable coming off of Game Pass thing. You don't want to be 50 hours in and lose that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, then it's banana time.
Nice. Well, should we get on to staff picks?
Oh yeah.
I'll let you kick things off.
Yeah, mine's a simple card game called Flip 7, and I think this is an older game, but I'm not sure. We recently just picked it up, and it is an absolute riot with people. You can play as many people as you want. It is a game that all you have to try to do is to score or try to flip over or get 7 unique numbers without matching anything.
Okay.
And it's way harder than it sounds, because the numbers go 0 all the way up till 12. And for every number, that's how many of those are in the deck. So there are 12 12s, there are 11 11s, there are 10 10s. And it's kind of a round based thing where and then each person in the round, you ask, do you want to hit or stay? You just kind of go round the table. You can stay, keep the amount of money or the amount of points that you have sitting on the table. But if you keep going and you match something, then you don't score anything.
Oh.
So it's very much of a gambling type of thing where you're like, yeah, I'm going for it. And for the amount of combinations in the deck, it is amazing how many times something like the worst possible thing for you can come up, and the rest of the table just flips the shit because they're like, yeah, this was amazing, My wife started the round with a 2, and it went all the way around back. Obviously, you're going to hit on a 2. You're not going to stay with 2.
Right.
she immediately got the other two in the deck. To the point where I had to look that up, and it's like 1 in like 8,000 odds or something of that happening. And she did it on the first night we were playing. It's pretty amazing. But yeah, it's pretty fun with the family or just a bunch of group of people. It's a good party game.
Yeah, it sounds pretty fast paced too, which is always good. So
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that one. Sounds fun. My staff pick was just a quick one. Just came up in my YouTube feed or whatever. It was a newer band. It's Saturdays at Your Place is the name of the band. I mean, they're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. It's very much Midwest emo. You know, all their EPs and albums up to this point are, you know, sepia tone, picture of a girl, picture of a house, or picture of a person on a house, just like tweedly guitars, and, you know, singing about how you hate your life in your small town and how, or about a girl or both. And like it's very much Midwest emo. If Midwest emo is not your thing, you're not going to like this, but they got a new album coming out. I'd heard some of their older stuff, but their new single was out. It's good. I think the album drops in the near future here, but yeah, I mean, if you're into that sort of stuff, it's very, very on par with that. So nothing revolutionary, but relatable if you're from the Midwest and are a sad boy, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I like the good band name too.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very Midwest emo band name. So.
Yep. If you're having a good time with us at Weekend Rental, I think you might enjoy all the great geeky stuff found on the Geekade Podcast Network. They've got podcasts about games, music, movies, and more. Plus, if you order off their secret menu, also known as the Geekade Patreon, you just might find an exclusive movie podcast hosted by Ryan and myself. Check it out over at geekade.com. And hey, if you'd like to turn Weekend Rental into a true multimedia experience, our YouTube and Twitch channels might just be for you.
I guess it's time for the Weekend Rental. If you're unfamiliar, Weekend Rental, we pick a game for a given system. Andy and I play through it, or as much of it as we can bear, and then we will give our opinion as to whether we personally buy, rent, or burn that game. We're going back to the old NES well on this one, and we've decided to play Balloon Fight, the one of the black box games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Have you ever played Joust, Andy?
Yeah. In terms of that, this game is very similar to that. I felt the same feeling that I did with Joust. Definitely seems like Nintendo may have played Joust as well when they made this game. Iwata, I think, made this game, right?
Yeah. It is just a Nintendo-fied version of Joust, which isn't in itself bad. Joust is a great game to copy. It controls largely the same, even down to the point where, you know, if you dick around and don't finish the level fast enough, environmental hazards and other things start flying at you. And it's fun. It's, you know, this is a game you're going to pick up for like 20 minutes, then put down, come back to time and time again, or on occasion. Art design's good, single screen game, good. You know, a little bit more forgiveness in the fact that you've got two balloons that your character is flying on instead of a ostrich or whatever. The concept is exactly the same. Got to hit your other enemies from above to pop their balloon and then knock them off so they don't get back in the sky. And then for whatever reason, though, they decided that like every second or third level, they would just take the very chill music and just like pump in the most like putrid, like awful background track that I've probably ever heard from Nintendo, like to the point where I just had to mute the thing. That's my only real complaint here, I guess.
Yeah. I do like this one. Even, I mean, I'll play this before Joust, I think, because
it's sacrilege.
I think, I mean, this one is maybe a little bit slower and a little bit bouncier than Joust is. But the fact that there's extra incentive to get them while they're floating down on an umbrella for extra points.
Yeah.
I think really helps, because it's usually when I try to do that, I end up screwing myself over, because then you're in a spot where
somebody else is coming in.
You're in a bad spot. Yeah.
I love the death animation though, in the water sections when you drop them over that, and like a giant eel or whatever just comes out and like eats them alive.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty gory for a game that's pretty like PG rated on the surface.
Yeah, where's that guy, Nintendo? I want to see that guy.
He's in DK. He's your elevator.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah. 2-player is pretty fun, although the 2-player is it's kind of just playing the same game with friendly fire.
Yeah.
Where you almost want more of a versus. I could have swore they made a versus at some point.
There might be
of this
console version or arcade version.
I think that could be just a blast of just trying to get the other guy right.
Yeah, I like the balloon trip mode too, as like an alternative place. I mean, it's almost like a precursor to Flappy Bird. Like it's just a looser Flappy Bird sort of thing, where in the balloon trip mode, instead of being static single screen, you're just literally flying between like these Death Stars in the sky, trying to collect balloons and just survive as long as you can. And it's pretty addictive and a nice little change of pace, because it's stressful, but it's less stressful than I think like the main game, where it's just like always kind of panic and a little bit of unknown.
Yeah. And it's a really good pass the controller and see how far you can get type of thing. Or, even when you hit a star, you're like, oh, one more run.
Yep.
Have you seen the end of that? Like, it gets
no.
It's wild. Like I've seen speed runs of that, and it's just like, how do they do it? I mean, obviously you memorize all the controls because it's always probably going to be the same, but yeah, that's kind of a banger of a mode to just be like, oh, here's another thing to this game, like both of them are just like very well done of versions of what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they're great in their own right. And like, it's a nice change of pace when you're like sick of the main mode. Like it's almost like it's a good chill game mode, I think, like the balloon trip thing. I remember playing that a lot on e-reader of all things, because the games that came to e-reader, there weren't a lot of great ones. So I played a whole bunch of balloon trip on that, and really enjoyed it. And it's still fun today. This is the black box games get so overlooked, but I think for this being a blatant ripoff of an already well-known game, like this is a very good black box game when you really look at what else is out there. It kind of makes me wish like the balloon fight guy was a playable fighter in Smash, though. He could have some cool stuff.
Yeah, is he a trophy even? There's got to be something balloon fight in there. I mean, that was Iwata's baby, right? Balloon fight at some point.
I could just see like a great attack where it's like
there's a stage, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. I think there might be. But like I could see like a great close grapple attack where you're like basically pumping up your enemy like they're a balloon and blasting them off the edge of the screen. Like it'd be doable.
Yep.
I mean, if Ice Climbers can be in there, for Christ's sake, come on.
I just thought of $1 million idea. Dig Dug versus balloon fight.
Ooh, now that's a smash.
You have to blow up the things, and then the other person has to knock them out of the sky.
I like this. We just need to get him to partner with Namco again.
Yep.
I like it. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say too much about this game because the premise is very simple, but I mean, what do you think you would give it on Buy Rent Burn?
This has got to be a buy. So what I had to remind myself of all the black box big games there, and outside of Mario, the one I would pick up and play at any moment over any moment, I think would be Balloon Fight, even above Excite Bike.
Wow.
I would definitely play excitebike.com. There's a few other ones, but like I think after Mario Brothers, this would be the one to just pick up and play.
Interesting. I don't know if I can give it that high a praise. I'm a pretty big Excite Bike fan, but yeah, I also agree though that it's a buy. Like it's better than a rent. Like it deserves a spot in your library because it is something you just pick up and go back to, like a classic arcade game like Joust or Pac-Man. You know, it's like one of those things you're not gonna spend all afternoon doing it, but you're gonna have a good time and you're gonna want to pick it up and come back again. So I agree. I would buy it as well, which is surprising because I don't know. I just kind of dismiss it because it's such a forgettable game in the catalog, but it is really good. And I'm a huge Joust fan, so that helps.
Right. I think that's part of it. You can't give it all its credits due because it is, I mean, very clearly aping Joust, but yeah.
But it's kind of like, you could argue that it maybe has a better presentation, right? Like Joust, even in its arcade form, is pretty archaic looking. Like this is bright and colorful, and you know, the back,
and it makes more sense. A guy with a guy with a balloon. It's like,
nobody flies on ostriches. Come on, that's insane. 2 balloons to your back. That's how people travel. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But I suppose that gets us to the end of another episode, huh?
It does. Not much to say about pretty much any black box game, frankly, I suppose, because they are what they are. But you can reach us at weekendrentalpodcast@gmail.com, and we're on the Twitter and the Blue Sky. We have a very special movie podcast coming up on the Geekade Patreon. It's a kind of a cult classic movie, K-pop Demon Hunters. So if you aren't aware of that, haven't heard of that movie, maybe subscribe and check it out.
You probably don't have a prepubescent daughter in your household then. So.
Yeah. Or wife.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to do it. So until next time, be kind, rewind.
Oh, bananas.
Banana.